Hi guys, welcome to this quick review of this WOWMVP survival kit. The listing on Amazon says gift for man, dad, husband. It's a 14-in-1 emergency survival gear and equipment with axe and cool gadget stuff for outdoor camping, hunting, hiking, adventures. It's listed for around $25, has pretty good reviews on Amazon. So the question is, what's the deal here? Is it a real professional thing or cheap toy? I would say it's something in between. I have already reviewed some similar things, and what's my conclusion on this thing is that some company, probably in China, some manufacturer has started to create these things, and they are equipped with pretty much same or very similar things. So probably they are producing a set maybe of 20 different things which are available, and then the sellers, companies who sell this stuff, they pick just what they want to have in their boxes. So this thing is totally comparable to the other one which I already have. It just has a couple of different things replaced, but the things which I found here inside, they are not just like similar, they are exactly the same. I mean, this is not total unboxing. I have already opened and checked a little bit what's in here, what quality we have. I mean, I'm going to show you everything. I'm not going to show everything in detail how it works. A couple of things I will show you, but a couple of other things I have already tested in my other video review, and I don't have to test this again. I can tell you if it works or not. This thing, yeah, let's start with this thing. This is like a wire saw, and you can use that to cut small branches or so. Yeah, the question is it really working? I mean, the strange thing is when you touch this thing, it won't hurt you, or at least not much. You can really push and pull, and it won't do much, but it has some hooks, and when you apply some strength here, when you pull hard with this rings, and you do like motion like something like this around a branch which you have here, and then you're going back and forth for some time, you should be able to cut something. That's just one problem. I mean, it's definitely cutting. The big problem here that it always gets stuck. I have tried this with a couple of different trees, different branches. I thought it's maybe just a problem with one type of trees, but it looks like it's not. You can cut into a branch pretty fast. I mean, of course, it's important that the branch is pretty stable. It shouldn't move too much. But you can really cut into that pretty fast, but it always got stuck after maybe half an inch or so. For me, yeah, it somehow works, but not really good. It's difficult to do something really with this saw here. Yeah, not a big thing. Yeah, this rope here, yeah, it's not a really thick one. It's not super thin. I think it's a decent value here. Then we have this spoon and fork with some other things like bottle opener and a couple of other things which I even don't know, somehow of some type of small saw here as well. Looks pretty good. I mean, it's not crazy, but you have to be careful when you're using this to eat. You can definitely badly hurt yourself. You have to be careful. I mean, this side, yeah, should work. This side, this is the fork, you really have to be careful. This thing is quite sharp, I can tell you. I don't know why they made this thing here. They should have been putting this somewhere else. You can really badly hurt yourself. You have to be careful. Then this thing here is to work on a fire. If you don't have suitable branches and you have to put some things in the fire, move around some burning sticks or so, yeah, this is it can work, but it's really not really strong. This is very weak. You can see this is super thin, and yeah, I mean, I don't know why somebody would need that. I mean, if you have a fire, then usually there's wood around, there are trees around, and you can break off some small branches and they will do much better job than this silly thing here. It's just like more like a waste of space. Then this whistle here, yeah, it really works. I'm going to try that. I hope, yeah, just maybe you close your ears. Okay, definitely worked. Then this compass here, didn't even take it out. I would say this is on, yeah, I mean, not superior quality, but I have seen worse, definitely. And it is pointing to the north here with the red arrow here. And yeah, it's not moving, I mean, yeah, a little bit, but this can definitely help if you don't have any kind of other orientation. But I mean, usually you should be able to use the sun or other stuff or the stars during the night. Then we have these carabiner hooks, rather cheap, definitely not something which you want to use while climbing in the mountains, but you can hook up something. And then here this igniter, or I don't know how this is called, should be you should be able to use that to ignite fire. Yeah, you use this, I think, like this, and then you slide along with really a hard push and very fast. Not like here. I just want to leave it like in original condition. I don't want to destroy that, but it works somehow like this. You push and then slide along, and then it should create some sparks. I had this, I mean, not this one here, but same thing, exactly same thing from another set, and I've tried 100 times. I mean, there were scratches all over, almost nothing left from the coating, and there was not even a single spark. I can tell you, no way you could ignite a fire. Then this flashlight here, you can open this thing here in the back. I think it's some kind of metal, looks more or less sturdy. It comes actually without the battery. It's pretty easy to use. Here we have this clamp, and we have even a zoom. We push here. This thing, push button, is really good. And then it starts in one of the 3 settings. I mean, in the last setting where you left it, and then it goes into next setting. When you push, I think this is the bright light. Then we have, yeah, there's even a low light setting. Maybe that's the bright. Now that's the low brightness, and the next one is the flashlight. So you can see it has 3 different settings, which is not bad for such a small thing. And by the way, there's also this zoom here, or this focus thing possibility. Pretty cool. So you can point, I would say, to a pretty far away location, or use it close. Yeah, I would say this is pretty good stuff here, probably much better than what you get in a $1 store or so. Then we get this blanket, emergency rescue blanket. This can definitely help. And then at the end, that's actually the thing why I bought this thing. That's the small hatchet here. And it looks pretty good. And I'm going now outside and try this, so you'll know if this really works, because that's actually the main tool here. What we have as well, we have some bits here. I think, yeah, I haven't seen any instructions. I don't know if we get some instructions, but we can just turn this thing around and attach it, I think, here, and then use this thing as a screwdriver. Yeah, I mean, there is some oil here on this thing, so it's a little bit hard to push this thing out. Just previously I didn't have so much problems, but there is quite some oil, and as a rule of thumb, the more oil we have on such devices, the cheaper they are. So we close that again. We have also some larger blades here. It's pretty large one here. Then we have, yeah, I have to find out from which side I have to open. They can be opened, I mean, not from both sides, but some of the blades you have to open from this side. Some of the blades you have to open from the other side. There are 4 blades here. Again, bottle opener, something to cut pretty sharp. Here's some file, also with a screwdriver. Here's some other tools, and here's some pretty sharp knife, I would say. Looks pretty sharp. And then the hatchet with the protection. I mean, this thing looks pretty massive, and it also comes with a hammer. I'm going to close that. Yeah, what's the thing here as well? I wanted to tell you there's no lock mechanism. You can see that with some other or similar tools. There's some locking mechanism here that this like knives or blade doesn't just close and hurt you. There's nothing like this here, but I mean, usually when you're out in the woods with such devices, you usually should know what you're doing, but don't give this to small children, definitely. But this thing looks pretty good, pretty solid, heavy, and I'm definitely going now outside to test this thing. I would say this is massive. You can't bend this thing. There's no way you can do anything. Looks good. It's really nice in my hands, at least my hands, I would say. Would also fit for smaller or larger hands. I don't see any problem. The blades do not really bother me. And so I think this could do a really great job. I'm definitely going to test the blade here and one of the larger blades. You will know if at least this thing works, which I would say is the main reason why you want to buy something like that. Yeah, so I've been outside for a little bit, I mean just a couple of minutes to try the thing, and this worked absolutely as expected. I mean, it's not a huge axe, I mean it's just really small hatchet, but you can really do some damage. I mean damage, you can do really something on a tree. If it's not a large tree, you can really work on that, and you could definitely cut some, I would say, medium-sized tree in a decent amount of time. Yeah, I mean, don't show this to a real Canadian lumberjack. He would roll on the floor laughing for maybe 2 days or so. But yeah, just as an emergency kit, if you need something just in case and you're not planning to really cut 10 big trees or so, this could really do something. I was pretty surprised, even though it doesn't feel too sharp, too dangerous, but if you have some power, this can really do something. So I would say this blade, this thing works really good. On the other hand, how was this blade here? I mean, it was pretty sharp. It's not crazy sharp. I mean, it's not comparable to a Swiss Army knife. You couldn't do that, or it would be really dangerous, but it's not much less, probably not the same quality, not the same rust-free thing, but it can really do something. The problem is if you want to apply a lot of power, like really strong, do something, the problem is that the hammer, the corner of the hammer is exactly hitting my hand here in this area where it's pretty sensitive. So if you're doing crazy stuff like this and every time it hits the tree and then it hits your hand, yeah, it can be a little bit painful. Maybe you can hold it a little bit more in the front, but you don't have same leverage anymore. So yeah, it's a little bit of compromise. You have to be really careful. I mean, maybe like this somehow it would work. You have to be a little bit away from this spot here. It can really hurt. What I have found really good, again, to close, I have seen knives which already close in this position. When you move them like from here to here, and then they snap back, and then they can hurt badly. You can see it takes quite some time till it snaps. I try to show you that here. It takes really a lot, maybe just when it's about 45 degrees open or so, then it will snap back. That's a good thing, and I would say rather on the safe side. So I would say this is about what I've been expecting. Definitely no big disappointments, no big positive surprise. I mean, yeah, positive surprise. I would say this thing is really working as expected. The flashlight as well. We have a couple of things which really work just with this fire igniter. Yeah, I've really no clue how this should work. Maybe you'll find out. Maybe I did it totally wrong. Yeah, I don't know why they would make something which wouldn't work totally. I mean, overall, there's really nothing which is a total toy and useless. So I think the $25 could be very well invested, if you think that's the thing which fits for you. I mean, it's not the biggest survival kit. If you're planning out for a 3-month trip out in the woods, it's probably not the right stuff, but for a weekend trip, yeah, it could be a really nice thing. Only $25, and I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description, so you can check it out and order it right from there if you like it. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below, and I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.